The challenge has begun. 600 amps of Battleborn batteries. That's right, 600 amps. So, yeah, gonna be some Jenga going on. Good morning. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Mike from the Dry Campers, traveling the country installing solar on RVs. Today we're starting a new one. It's right over here. You want to take a look? Let's go look at it. The challenge has begun. Arctic Fox, it's 29 feet long, I believe. Don't have a model number. Oh, gee golly willikers. So it's a 30 amp coach. It's small, pretty small, but believe it or not, this is going to hold 4 of the big panels on it. We're also putting in 600 amps of Battleborn batteries. That's right, 600 amps. So, yeah, going to be some Jenga going on. I think we've already got the system planned out though. We're going to, on the side here, we're going to open this little doodad right here up. And right here is going to be the Multiplus and the shutoffs. We checked the seal, everything's good. With that, we don't have to worry about water getting into any of the electronics. But how cool is that? We are also going to bring, we'll bring the solar down. It'll come down literally right there into that very spot. This is, I really like this one. This one's going to turn out really good. He even has the ability to get another 600 to 800 watts more of solar on the roof on this, beyond the large 4 panels, the 1300 watts that we're putting on this thing to begin with. So I'm actually pretty excited about this one. I really want to see how this one's going to turn out. So come along with me. Let's get this one installed. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. This is day 2. So I just want to catch you up on what our progress is. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 all connected and wired. Our combiner box is going to be right here. Going down, there is a wall right here that can go down, and we'll hop inside that wall. And then we did have to do a lot of maintenance of things, like, oh, I don't know, move the TV antenna. I think that's where it's going to sit. I have it disconnected right now, but this is where it was. It was literally shading out to about here on the panel. That's not going to work. And then the other thing we did was over here. We removed the luggage rack, and I was going to just leave everything on the part of it, just take off the part of it that where the panel was going to be. And I pulled a few screws out in different feet to check for leaks or anything like that, and it was pretty much leaking everywhere, but it was caught in enough time that they're not going to have to do any replacing. It'll dry out. The screws were rusted but still had teeth on them. There was no wood rot. Everything was still solid, so that's pretty good. So today, like I said, we're going to get the combiner box completed right down here, right in that area, and then get all the wiring pulled into the coach. Then we will get probably get the wire pulled between where the Multiplus is going to be and the breaker box, so that we can grab shore power and come over to the breaker box and go back. And then we will go ahead and start on the battery bank. So this is for a very small camper. This is a whole lot of system. We've got 6 batteries, 3000 watt Multiplus, the 712, and the MPPT. This is going to be a good one. Let's get it done. Good morning. Today is day 3, and we are pulling some electrical. So yesterday the goal was to get all of the solar finished and get the antenna back in place, get everything sealed up. So here we are, completely done. I do have to put a couple more tie straps on those and get them fixed down, but this is completed. So now we start on the bottom side of the coach and get some electrical run, which we actually need to run it exposed to the elements. So because of that, gotta maintain aesthetics and protect the wire. So we are having a little paint station here, get everything, you know, gotta maintain aesthetics. And then we've got our 8.2, which I did upgrade the size. I would normally just use 10.2, but just want to make sure that we cover our bases on the amperage, no loss. And then underneath, go up under there, which I'm sure you probably can't see it because it's all dark. But anyhow, we're going to run right under this skirt all the way down, and then right, I don't know if you can see it or not, but right in there is the upper panel. So we're going to go up right in this area. So this is their grounds. Look at this. It's not sealed at all. It's just a slit, and everything poke through, come out, and ground to the frame. So while we're under here, we'll go ahead and seal that up too. Anyhow, goal for the end of today is to have electrical switched over, shore power, and hopefully have the battery bank in place. So let's get going. Good morning, thank you for joining us again. It is day 4. We will be tackling into that mess, along with getting everything installed inside that space. Yesterday we did get the wire ran, so I still have to fix some things and seal some stuff, but for the most part this part of it is done. Just has to be fastened down a little better. And then this side is a little tougher to see. I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but it goes up through the floor right there and right there. So yes, it's overly sealed. I wanted to make sure as close to the tires as it was that it's completely sealed. So then wiring comes up here. I still have to do my grounds. This is the in and out for the Multiplus, and then this is an extra circuit for they asked me to just pull a wire while I was doing things. So that wire will go to a new outlet that he wants to put on the side of his dinette. But yeah, this is kind of the before in the little cubby, and then it'll be very packed out in there by the end of the day. So I think I'm gonna get it started on it. morning. So I didn't record yesterday. My bad. The customer had some conference calls and stuff. But today, yesterday would have been day 5, and I, on the end of day 4, I had all the batteries in place after 3 or 4 different configurations, and I've got the Multiplus in place and wired, shore power interruption, and then the Multiplus over to the breaker box. I got a lot of the cables made for the battery bank, but didn't get them put in until yesterday. And then yesterday I got the Multiplus mounted in its home. And I also got solar wired in. I got the shutoffs put in place in the lid to the Multiplus. So everything's kind of matchy-matchy. The MPPT is at the door, which made the panel be higher, which was unavoidable because he's 99% going to upgrade and add more solar on the roof. So I had to mount the MPPT so that it was out of the way. Today, yes, all the battery bank is done, all the fuses and switches are done. The only thing I have to do there is ground the system with a 2 gauge to the frame, and then that will be completely done in that area. And then here I still have to do the front end, get all these batteries disconnected and clean all that mess up. And then we will do the testing, and he is going to have me move his dog bone surge protector to the inside. So he has the Bulldog. He's got this one. It's 30 amp power watch. Sorry, power watchdog. I say Bulldog because it looks like a bulldog face, but it's power watchdog. It's the Bluetooth version. I have seen these. I don't have anything negative to say about them. Haven't personally tested or used any of them, but they seem to work really well, and they're Bluetooth, which is a huge plus. Maybe switching in the future. Just gotta do a little more research before I make the plunge. I try to only recommend things that are 100%. I don't want to have anyone come back and say, hey, you recommended this thing and it didn't work out. So before I give anyone a recommendation on anything, I like to know that, you know, it's pretty ironclad. So anyhow, got several small things to do. I think I'm gonna get started, so come along with me. So one of the things I mentioned that we're going to do today, right here, I have a hole going up, and that's where my wire will go. That goes to the ground the system. It's going to come along this way, and right over here I'm going to pull that out, redo it a little bit, make it a ground, and then put it back. So then I was looking at sealing it and protecting the wire at the same time. So I don't have another weatherproof box, and the store is 40 minutes away. So I thought about putting in one of these. Like, well, that's not very waterproof. So I figured I'd do this. Just make the hole a little bit bigger, make a plate, and then I was like, well, that'll do good for this side, but then on this side, this is where it is completely sealed all the way around, and it is being held by the clamp, so it's kind of a best of both worlds, especially since the location right near the tire. And I wanted to make 100% sure that it has a rock solid seal, and this is the best way I could figure out. So then what I'll do is that hole under the tire area in the roof there will get bigger enough to house that, and then I will seal all the way around the edges on this. This is 1/8 inch thick ABS plastic. I'll have 4 screws all the way around the corners, and of course obviously I'll seal it up, then stick it up just like you do a solar panel. Seal it, stick it, screw it, and then I will seal the screws as well, all of the screws, including the ones on the clamp, which I'll probably do those in advance because that'll be the backside, and the caulking gun and the tire just don't get along because the caulk gun requires a lot of space. So anyhow, finished product should be good. It'll be strong. This stuff is pretty strong. So, but I sealed the back of this to the point where it's coming out the front, so I know that there's a good seal all the way down. I moved the wire out of the way, forced it down on all sides so that he can maintain a good watertight seal, especially near the wheel. So anyhow, let's get this put in place, and then we will come back and show you the finished product.